So West Indies Cricket Board has decided to pull out of the India tour after the Dharamshala ODI, an unprecedented event, one would have to say here. And BCCI also released a statement regarding this. They said they are very shocked and extremely disappointed by this decision taken by the West Indies Cricket Board, their inability to resolve the internal issues with its players. And this was something that was brewing right from the first ODI itself in Kochi. Remember, they skipped a practice session at Kochi and there was a lot of things happening, and it has culminated to this now. So let's go into our first-hand account of this incident from Adi, who is there at Dharamshala.
While many are surprised that the WICB has decided to pull out of the India tour, being here it wasn't really too much of a shock, because the mood in the West Indies camp from yesterday has been not too promising. The West Indies team who skipped the practice yesterday, it is being said that they were not at all keen on playing the ODI at Dharamshala, and they instead went to McLeodganj in order to have a good time. And team director Richie Richardson, the way he addressed the press conference, you had an idea that something was definitely wrong.
Raj, a very disappointing thing, but again, unprecedented. Could you remember any of these things happening earlier?
No, first and foremost, Vineet, it is quite shocking that a team has decided to pull out midway through, especially when the West Indians play a lot of IPL.
Exactly.
You would have expected them to show some respect to the land where they make lots of money from and continue the series, get back to negotiations with the West Indies Cricket Board at a later stage. That is what the players were advised. I have no idea what made them change their minds. It is a very grim situation. The first time, to my knowledge, it's the first time that a team is going back because of pay disputes. Of course, there have been instances where teams have been changed, players. I remember one instance where Mohinder Amarnath was almost named captain of the Indian team back in 1989 because of pay disputes with the Indian Cricket Board, especially Veng Sarkar and Srikanth. All of them were refusing to sign contracts, and the board had got Mohinder Amarnath out of the closet again and got him ready to lead the Indian team. There have been instances. Of teams having to pull out of tour.
Exactly.
I remember 1984, when the Indian team came back from Pakistan because Mrs. Gandhi was assassinated and the team had to be brought back to safety. There have been instances of teams pulling out of tour before,
right,
because of disputes with the host board. But this is the first time, and it is quite shocking.
But also West Indies team, this is, I think for West Indies team, pay dispute is not the first time. Remember Floyd Reefer and all those guys came in, they had to suspend big players of the West Indies team. So this is not first time for West Indies, but what are the repercussions? You talked about IPL, you have players like Dwayne Bravo, Dwayne Smith and Pollard earning a lot of money in IPL. What would be the repercussions of not playing a BCCI event here?
It's going to be very tough for the West Indians to come back and play IPL. Of course, there is a lot of dynamics involved. You would want the franchisees not to be unhappy as well. But I think the board will take a very stern stand. And but then they will find ways. If they sue the West Indies Cricket Board for not completing their part of the contract and playing the 3 test matches, the one day international that is left, and the T20,
right,
the players might get away scot-free.
Right.
The West Indies board will be seen in very poor light. Unfortunately, we live in a time where money makes the mayor go, but in this case, money is making the West Indians go.
Definitely it is.